Hello, everyone. My name is Paulo Nideck. And in today's video, I would like to tell you a little bit of my little experience with coding because I prepared this little presentation for you about things that I found online and a little bit of my experience. And maybe it can help you in your journey on how to code because that's not only my opinion or experience, but things that a lot of people also will tell you and will say that coding and even the mere ability to studying coding itself might help you. So hopefully you can find more motivation or you can enhance or get that motivation, that thing that you say, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. So here are 7 reasons why you should make coding, learning to code, a priority in your life. You should consider this. And the number one is you can increase your salary and your career prospects. Very often, when you're learning to code, you can increase your salary and your career prospects. And the most obvious ways it does this is because, let's say, you work at an office and you will be way more than that traditional office-based worker because you will be able to bring at least one more skill to the table. So if you're learning to code, you will increase your career possibilities. Maybe not only in the current work that you are already doing or you're about to do, but you will get more things to do. Well, I can tell you this from a little bit of experience that I have with technology by making YouTube videos and video editing. And I need to make a website and you need to do a little bit of coding. And very often, and that's one of the things here on the list, you will need to pop up the hood and see, wow, oh my God, this is HTML or CSS. And how does this will apply with maybe the service that you're doing? Like, let's say you're using Squarespace or GoDaddy or, those websites that you have the website itself and you have an add-on, so you have a better understanding of that. So at least your boss will say, well, this guy that is working for me, he not only knows how to work an Excel spreadsheet, he not only knows how to work, but not only knows how to write, but maybe this time around you're good because you know how to use reliably, good, consistently, an AI assistant to, do more of what you already were hired to do. So that brings us to number two, that is increase your employability. You will increase your employability because if you know how to code, and I can tell you this, if you at least have the interest or the mind, say, you know what, I'm going to learn this computer language that a lot of people talk about it, they fret about it, I actually learned this. I actually go on Reddit forums and I talk to people and I go on my Discord servers and I talk to people about this. So you will increase your employability because you will have more potential dealing with computers to earn a higher salary. You will know more of whatever, I can tell you this, whatever people are doing at your office, working with that program, working with that mainframe, working with that thing that you need to do at the cashier register, you will be able to actually take a step back and say, I kind of have an idea of how that works, behind the scenes. So that is a great quality to have. And it can go a long way helping you to stand out in your job. So this way, you will increase your overall value and you will make yourself more appealing, and I can tell you more reliable to your employers. Number three is it can increase your job security because there are many ways that learning to code, and I can tell you, learning how to computer, learning how to deal with computers in general will diversify your skill set. Well, I can tell you this. I used to work for auto dealers and I got, many different job positions. And people say, oh, look at that. You're actually good with computers. You actually know what's happening. You actually know how to record a video and edit a video on Instagram or whatever people are doing these days, you know. So you can, let's say that you actually know how to code beautifully and you can deal with automation. So, or whatever the bot, like let's say you have a chat bot that you have, if you work at a dealer, you can have a chat bot to talk to people, or you can, you know, how many tools and programs we have these days that if you know a little bit about programming, you will use that one tool like AI, for example, all the countless AI assistants that we have these days. I can tell you for sure, if you work it a little bit better than other people know, you will be way ahead in the game. I even remember back when Google itself was a thing, I actually studied Google. I went on Google and I Googled how to Google pretty much. And well, that's the challenge that I can tell you. Google how to Google and give it a try. And you will see how much better, as just the skill of Googling itself, how much better you can get on that. You can go a long way. So let's say you know how to use very well, very reliably Google, AI assistants, and then you do a little bit video editing, and you will be way ahead than your colleagues if you're working at a store or at a dealer or if you're a manager at a store and you know how to do more of anything computer. I can really tell you that you will be ahead in the game. So number 4 is this. You will develop a better understanding of the digital world. And the first way it does this is that you will learn how technology itself works, both technologically and also commercially. You will get an insider look of technology. You will see like you can pop the hood, go, behind the scenes and see how all those things work from within. I remember one video that I saw a long time ago, and this guy said something. I think I saw this more than once. And the guy was saying, I learned that coding or web developing, it's a lot of forms. Let's say when you go on Twitter, you have a form that you tweet, and that form is sent somewhere, and there's something, and then you have a tweet. Let's say you have an email, you send an email, you have a form that is sent to a server with an address, and it goes, you're just filling up forms all the time when you go on Twitter, when you go on Facebook, and you write a message, or it's a lot of forms, when you're talking to other people, and the way that they work those forms really make the difference. So you will have a better and more in-depth look at computing. Number 5, by learning more technology and more coding, you will enhance your creativity and innovation. Because as you learn how to code, you will discover new ways that you can approach problems, and you can come with creative solutions. Just if you go to Code Academy, and I take some of those courses, you go to Code Academy and you will need to develop blogs, you will need to develop new websites, you will need to learn all the coding that goes behind those websites and things, integrations that you never thought of it before. I certainly haven't. And so, wow, that is interesting. So there are like a million different ways that you can work the colors of the font, of the button, of the background, and there's so many layers, and that is I find that to be very interesting. So maybe it can give you a more creative way of looking at things. And number six, it can develop, therefore, your logical thinking skills. Because writing code is very precise and very exact. Very often, most of the times, it is like this. Let's say you don't have a comma, or you don't have a this, you don't have that. You might have a bug, you might have a problem. The program itself might not work correctly. So, and very often when you're developing a website, when you're doing this, you need to get complex problems, talking to your clients, or the idea that you have for a website, for a new app. You cannot do very often. You cannot do that overnight. So you need to, okay, so here's step number one, step number two, and you need to get great problems and break them down into smaller pieces, so then you can bring them to life. And that will develop your analytical skills, and you can approach problems in a more structured, logical way. And I can assure you that that's a valuable skill in many areas of life. And number seven, it can improve your workflow efficiency and productivity. You will be able to automate tasks that otherwise would take a lot of time and effort to complete manually. I remember I also have a YouTube channel that I teach people how to speak English. My first language is Portuguese. So I remember sometimes with a partner or with a friend that we'll come up with a solution that the same thing, I needed to talk to a customer, I needed to do something, and that would take me like 13 steps, and they would come up with a solution with a tool, and you can do this like 1, 2, 3, and that's very easy. So the automation that we have these days is very real. Just think of how much time people are saving these days just automating and using AI as a writing assistant. It's amazing. You can, hey, just write a paragraph telling so and so. You have the paragraph. You just need to tell what's going to happen, and you have it. So the automation that you learn by working better with technology is very real. All right, so those were just a few of the things that I learned so far and that I've been learning with my interest in technology lately, that it can make better your problem solving skills, express yourself creatively. Let's say you have a new website, a new, just look at those beautiful templates that they have and all those ideas that they have out there. You can do a lot. So tell me in the comment section below, what is your experience with this? Let's say that you're learning right now, you're just learning how to Google better, how to code better, or maybe just like me, you go on codeacademy.com, and I will tell you, I've been learning a lot of stuff over there, and it gives me a fresh look. I know that's a beginner level understanding of technology, but myself, I'm very grateful to be learning a little bit of it. And that's the reason of this video, that I wanted to share it with you. So thanks for watching. My name is Paulo Nideck. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.